Okay, we'll just start by stretching. So you're just gonna, in this position, stepping up, really looking up to the sky, stretch over the back, over, and then back down. We'll do this with an in-breath in, stretching up, and then coming back, stretching up, looking right up to the sky, coming down. Good. Okay, change into the back. Just shoulders apart. Bending down, breathing in. Always working and coming back up. So you can just get further each time. So looking to the ground, really bring the hands over the head. Okay. Yeah.
This hurts.
Good. Okay, the jaw over the top of the head this way. The hands on either side. And you're going to twist the body this way. Release, breathe out. And then coming in, breathing in. To the other side. And breathe out. Breathing in. And out. In. In. Good. In this position, the same. Actually, you won't come up with the hands like this. You're going to breathe in. Yeah, and then you're going to take the right hand down to the left foot. Stretching up this way. Breathing in. Breathing out here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Good. Okay, taking a wide posture. As you can sit into it. You're going to stretch up and back up through the back leg. So, the joke here. Really stretching up and stretch right up through the back leg. Come back. Bend into the front knee. Breathing in. Stretch the back of the body. Again. One more time, this side. Good, and change the side. A nice deep stance. Stretching up. And back. Go. Great. Good. Okay, so the hands kind of close together. In this case, you're going to stretch up like this. Yeah, and then you're just going to keep the hip flexion. So keep the hands extended and just bring the hands down towards the feet. Extended with the hands all the way down to the ground. And then you can come out of it this way as well. So flex in and out with extension. So breathe in, and then the first one, bring the arm down. You're gonna stretch up, breathe in, flex down, and release it. Stretch up. Back up and release it. Time. Good. Okay, this time you're going to stretch up onto the toes. Yeah, and then come down. Yeah, into a full squat. So, stretch up. Reaching down. Back. Good. In this case, you're going to have the jaw back on the end of the hands on the end, and you're going to really open out this way. In this case, you're going to just reach right to the back, open the body up here, and then release it. So you breathe in here, all the way over, and then release it. Breathe in here, release. Breathe in. Release. Good. Now you're going to stretch up here like this, and then you're going to rotate this way and bring the end down to the ground. This way. And you're going to look at the field. And then come back up. The first thing, stretch up, breathe in, and then curl the body this way, bringing the tip to the ground, and re-rotating through the body, looking at the heel. And come back. So breathe in, rotate down. Breathe in, rotate down. Time. Good. Okay, last one. You're going to be wide in the feet, getting the hands on the jaw. Swing around one side, all the way over the back, and then change here at the back, and then swing down to the other foot. A full big circle. Use the whole body. Breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you go down. Breathe in here. And this one at the bottom, just change direction. So coming back the other way. Breathe in. Actually, there's one more you can do. From here, the feet kind of close together. In this case, you hold right at the end of the jaw. What I want you to do is as if you're rolling around the back. What I want you to do is kind of keep this line. So what you're going to do is roll through the back this way, look over the back, and the jaw follows over the back of the head. This way and around. You make a full circle with the arm. So it goes here, over the body, and then all the way back this way. If it's too heavy, do it closer to the center. This is usually done with a very light stick, but you can do it also with the choke. So in this case, you're going to roll over, really rolling from the hip, just over, and this way. As if you watch the tip of the jaw. This way. Just do this a few times. this way. Good. And then in this case, go the other way. So if you went inside, now go outside with the arm. Follow it. Roll it around this way. Let's do 3. Really bending the body to do it. Good. And then changing hands. The same. You go inside. This way. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. And then you go outside with the arm. Oh, yes. Good. Okay, just shaking the whole body out. Arms high, just shake them out. Just go to now rolling with the jaw. Sweat. And then forwards. And in this one, just start to bring the hands towards the center. Slowly. Good. And then reverse out. So the hands going backwards. And then start to come out to the ends of the jaw again. Good. Okay. So one hand on. We'll just go straight into some rotating movement. Like this. And just play with the feet freely. So moving around a little bit. Hand on the center. Good. Changing sides. And then you're going to change at the back side of the back. So roll it a few times, and then change by going to the back. Roll a few times, and to the back. Good. And in this one for the shoulder, opening to the back. This way over the back of the elbow, taking underneath, and then swinging through this way. Changing at the shoulder, swinging the body through. Again, just play with the feet. You can move them forwards, backwards. Rotate with the body. Just move free. Opening the shoulder up here, and then swinging through. That's it. Good. Keep going. Good. Oh, okay, very good. So we got some really basic thrusting. You're going to roll to the back of the body, just the left side, and just thrusting forward and coming back. Just going to thrust him forward, rolling back. Really calm, just with the ground. This way. This way. Nice basic Chudansky. Okay. Nice. Good. Okay. Great, and then just change over to the right side. Just the same, really basic, nice and calm. Okay. Good, good. Okay, good. And then just going into Zengo. So again, really basic, slow. Take your time with it. This way. Pressing from the ground. Pressing back. Take your time with the transition. Delayed.
Michael?
Yeah.
Is the hand transition the one that we did, was it 2 days, 3 days ago? When you do that,
Yeah.
and you turn it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same transition. So the backhand's gonna slide in and then roll over this way. Slide in and roll over.
Okay.
That's it. And at the same time, in this case, you're gonna press the body in. So it's like the body, the front foot presses this way, and then I change this way. That way. But yeah, it's exactly the same transition.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good. Nice. Okay, good. And now you're going to do a shiroski each time. So you're going to thrust in forward, press to the back, and then from here, the same transition, but with a rotation now where the body changes fully direction. So this, from pressing from the front foot, rolling back, and then here pressing into the back foot this way. You're going to release this way, and then find the ground. In this case, this hand slides all the way from this side to this side. So in this case, the middle hand that's in the center of the jaw, stays in control this way. Forward, thrust to the back, and then roll back. Really working all the way down the jaw, back, and then rotate. Yeah, give it a try. Oh, okay, good. So we're going to work on a little bit of some of the Kumijo practices. Obviously, today involves some interesting combinations of striking. We're just going to focus on the kind of defending side, and don't worry about the partner practice in this case. We're just going to start with number one and just practice them in terms of combinations. So in this case, you start with the second suburi like this, and in this case, what you're going to do is practice by leaving the line this way. In this case, you bring the left foot out off the line and then strike in this way. Okay. This is the first suburi. This way. We'll go to the old form, which is to come back, lock, and then from here just strike down this way. This is where the old form finished. If you look in the original traditional Aikido books, this finishes here. So you go out to the side like a second suburi. Now I wedge back off left side, my right side, right foot, lock this way, keeping the end of the joke here, and then from here shift in and strike down that way. So just 3 movements from here to number 2. You lock with the joke and you slide in and strike down with the yokomen. Yeah, give it a try, just this. So in 3 parts, 3 movements. And and and
does the
Yeah.
so you go off to the left,
Yeah.
and then just step back slightly for the block.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But basically on the same line as the.
In this case, I come slightly off again, so to the left side, and then from here I come back this way. This side.
Okay.
I'm just slightly wedged off in a line. What I'm looking to do,
okay.
can you imagine, in this case, there's a counter thrust coming in. What I need to do is get off that line and then wedge my Joe between the Joe and the person. So what I'm doing is basically contacting the person's Joe here, and I'm creating a line for that person here. And then what I do with the next move is just follow that line. This way.
That's, excellent. Thank you very much.
That, and that way. So that's very good.
Michael?
Yeah.
The
block.
From there.
Yeah.
And when you do that, do you bring your hand to, rather than your left hand going up to your head and doing the yokomen, do you come forwards to it?
Yeah, in this case, the whole body moves into it. Let's see. Here, I'm in this position. Now from here, the hand goes now with the body. So the hand shifts in and the body moves in with it. This way. See that?
Okay, so your Joe isn't moving back then. Your Joe's...
No, yeah, don't pull the Joe back to do this. What this is later is just, we're sort of going into the partner work. What this is later is I shift off the line, I establish contact with the Joe, and then I follow it this way. So what I want to do is what I don't want to do is leave that contact. So I've got a contact point with the Joe. If I pull it back, then I lose the contact, and then the person's free to just strike down.
Okay.
But later, what this is a block, but it's like a touching movement. So I'm just trying to kind of touch it and roll around it. So I'm kind of slightly deflect the ski and come around with another strike. So, but this starts in the basic way as a kind of contact block this way. And then from here, just shift the whole body in and that way make the strike that way.
Okay, thank you.
Keep going. That's it. Okay, we'll look at the partner work as well, so just so you know it. So just so you've got a kind of clear idea of what's going on. In this case, you start in the left kamae. The attacker's already in ski kamae here. And the first attack is straight down the line this way. So this is just a straight thrust down the line. The first blending movement is when the defender moves off the line and strikes in to the center line. Okay. Now in this case, what I do is before the ski's fully completed, I block it. I block the counter ski and then I thrust in again. Okay, this is a really interesting movement. Break this down into 3 steps. You create the thrust, and then from here, don't shift it, don't move the back leg. Just don't move the front leg, move the back leg. You do this movement this way, this way. So this is a covering movement to block the ski, and then I follow this line and create another thrust. Okay, so all the kumitachi involved this idea of going in with an intention to attack and having to change it and divert it and go somewhere else up. Later, this is done as one motion, but for now, you're going to do this in 3. You're going to go 1, shifting the back leg, spiraling with the Joe, and then shifting out for the second thrust. Yeah, just give us a try, really slow, basic. 1, shift, and then press out. Yeah, so this is a thrust, a curling block, and then a second thrust. Give it a try.
Michael?
Yeah.
This is something completely separate than our first work, right? Because in this case, both should be in Skikamai. First.
So the Kumijo, no, the defender's in this position.
Sorry, not Skikamai, sorry. Both of them are doing the Chokuski, right?
No, one does Chokuski, and the partner does Kaishiski. This way.
Ah, okay. So I'm sorry, I'm brain dead. Okay.
No, don't worry.
I'll go back. I'll go back.
Don't worry. Yeah, so in this case you do a direct one. The attacker's doing a direct one and the defender does a counter thrust. That's it. Good. Okay, good. So this is quite difficult when you're doing three steps to get the kind of idea of it. What the tendency is for me to come in and then kind of shift back to make the block, and then shifting forward. Just see this as one continuous attack. So what it is this. So my center's constantly shifting in. With the Kumijo, I'm really just looking to attack and continue my attack. And even when I'm blocking, the idea is just to find another way to attack. So in this case, strike in this way. Now keep the pressure and the feeling forward, rolling with the jaw this way. What I'm looking to do in this case is not just kind of curl the jaw, but shift the weight of the body in through the jaw this way. So I'm looking to slam the person's jaw down and then thrust into their head this way. So just take this slowly so you can really feel the whole body shifting down. The feet kind of move very close together, and that's to make a step just out of the back foot this way. So you come here, thrust in, roll to the side, and then you thrust in again. Yeah, give it a try. A few more. Just see this as one attack. Yeah, good. That's it, nice. Very nice. That's it. Good. Okay, now do this one in 2 moves. So you basically now thrust in and curl, and then thrust out of the ground this way. So do this in 2 steps. Thrust, curl, and thrust again. And really make sure in the curling movement you're really in balance. The tendency again is to roll into these kind of moves where I'm actually out of balance, and then I jump into the next one. The key is to just change the intention. So in this case, I don't complete the thrust. I come to it and then roll into it. So I'm converting this thrusting movement now into a spiraling block. So it's just about converting it. So now we come here, convert it, and then from here, press out. Yeah, just break that down into 2 moves. So thrust, then coil, thrust. Yeah, give it a try. In 2.
Michael, when you're doing that curl, does it just literally come from your arms, or do you move your body with it as well?
Yeah, the whole body does it. So the arm's doing like this kind of motion.
That's all I can see you doing, yeah.
And then what I do with the back leg is shift into it. The back leg. So I'm going in this position. Yeah, and then with the back hip and the back hand that way. And then from here I press into this leg and press out for the thrust. So if you want, you can just practice kind of this motion, this, and then shift the weight in, shift the weight in, shift the weight in, that way.
Okay, thank you.
Just a whole body move. That's it, very nice. That's it. Yeah. Good. Nice. Great. Okay, good. We'll come back to it. We're going to go back to the defending form. So again, starting in Jokamai, you come out to the back side this way, to the left side. You block here. Now you make the same transition, striking down, right side. And then from here, the form continues. You step onto the left side and strike down for the head this way. There's just one more movement in it. Here, roll for the block, press in, strike down on the right side, and then onto the left side. And this case, just really work the line. So you're coming off the line, on the right side, and then finishing on the left side of it. So just now in 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, yeah, give it a try. This is the Kumijo as it's been left. Number 1. Good. Hey. Very good. Nice. Okay, no problems. We go back to the other side. So starting from this position. You can do this now in 3 moves or 2 moves. Just come to here, roll to the block, create the second ski. Now from here, the form ended here before the person blocked and then just strike to the head. In this case, the form continues, so this side reacts. You're going to shift the whole way now. So you shift everything and you change this way. And this is the block, the Yokomanuchi. In this case, you're in this position. Change everything. So the hands and the feet change. Don't change the position of the hand, just slide them down the joke. Slide and come to here. So in this case, you're in this position. So this is a block for the head to protect the head. This arm's extended to the back. And then from here, really easy movement is like press with the body to open the person out, and then thrust in with the ski. So you start in ski kamai, thrust, curling block here. And now from here, change everything. Protect the head, press out on the body down this way, and then thrusting forward for the throw. You come here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, give it a try. That's it. Okay. Very good. Okay. Good. So in this case, the block really allow it to protect the head. So you come to this position, roll back, and this is protecting the head. It's not, I'm not in this kind of position where it's tied to the head. I'm extended out, but I'm also not in this position, front of the head. if I take this position, the strike, the tip of the jaw just comes through and makes contact with the head. So really, I've seen that happen as well, so don't do it. In this case, really protect the head. So the jaw should be lined up so that it's really protecting the temple this way, protecting the side of the head. That means this hand's curled over and this hand's fully extended also this way. And this creates a strong position for the jaw to strike in. If I'm like this, in this angle, the jaw strikes and then it bounces down into the front hand, you lose the grip here. So in this case, it's angled so that if the strike comes in, it bounces off. So it's in this kind of position here. And then from here, I just shift the body in and then strike in through. So if you want, you can just practice that part this way. I really want to take an angle on the jaw this way. And then from here, pressing with the body and then thrusting through. Yeah, give it a try. So work with a really stable structure during the block. Nice. There we go. That's it. Good, good, good. Okay, then just try this part in a little bit more flow. So you're in the ski position. What you want to do now is roll back. Have the feeling that when you make the contact with the jaw, you also press down into it and then thrust into it. Okay, so again, this is really training compressions in the footwork that you train in the suburi. Now more in flow. So here, this is really pressing into the back foot this way, pressing it down. The feeling is if the contact presses to the back foot, and I use that to press the jaw away. And then I from the creating the opening, that pressure's still in the back foot, and I use that to just advance forward. So you're in this position. Really feel that you can compress the weight back and then press in through. What I don't want to do is press into the front, and then have to rock back. What I want to do this now is in one motion. Press to the back and then press forward. So I'm retreating again to advance. I'm not retreating to, it's not really like a defensive move back and then doing this. It's really like a pressure in and then down. So I'm looking to divert the yokomen strike and then open it out for a thrust. Okay, so try this from the ski position, change everything, press to the back and then pressing forward. Actually, this work we did yesterday with the retreating, with the bokken work, this is kind of the same stuff. A bit more complicated because of the hand changes, but the same idea. Of retreating, pressing forward. Yeah, give it a try, just that part. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Great. Okay, great. And then just see if you can really bring this all together now for the attacking side. So rolling in, block, rolling back, thrusting in. Just keep it kind of slow. What you want is slow and heavy. So have the feeling the strikes and the blocks really have weight behind them. So really with a sense of weight. And all the Kumijo forms are very short patterns, so you can really practice them really with a sense of really fully concentrated through the form. Just play with it. Do it as slow as you can maintain the balance and the weight through the movement. That's it. Very good.
Michael,
Hello.
I'm still having a little bit of I think difficulty in the transition between yours and then is it like that, or do you push your right hand?
You do this all together in this case. So, so technically, this hand comes out first. This hand comes to the end first. It's the other way. Yeah, don't do that way. That way. In this case, what I want to do is find the end of the jo, and then I'm going to use this motion here to slide that backhand down. So in this case, it's the front hand that's going to kind of move first. This way, and then this hand slides across.
Okay. And your backhand, now that it's become the backhand.
Yeah.
Is the grip just like this, or do you put it like that, or is it just like that?
Just on the end, so it's just here like this. You see that? That way. Just that way, not wrapped around, just that. And the idea in that is that I don't need to make any adjustments just to come in with the thrust. So this movement, that way, and then this hand basically just does this, and then presses in through. So I want to basically, the block is also a setup so that I can just thrust in next that way.
I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Keep going that way. Okay, we'll finish with one. There's a variation you can do. There's lots of variations on the forms, and the variations include either changing the defender's finishing movement or finishing the movement early, or they involve changing the attack. Usually the attack is changed in a way where it maintains the form. So in a way it's not to disrupt the form, but it's to find alternate ways to continue the attack. So in this case, it goes like this. It goes this way. The start's the same. This way, this way. Now I can defend the Yokomen by changing this way, or I can defend the Yokomen by changing everything back and making a strike back. So I meet it with another Yokomen. So in this case, this is from here, thrust, this way. Now from here, I do the same change. So the principles of the movement stay the same. I change everything, bring the hands above the head, and then strike down into a Yokomen this way. So this is the change. Rather than now this way, I do this way. And I meet the Yokomen with a strike down this way. Now in this case, to continue the movement, the same principle applies as making contact and pressing the body through. So in this case, this is not like a standard Yokomen you do this way. This is like I come to here, I press in, and then I find the back. And this is to continue with a thrust. So what I'm looking to do is, again, establish contact and press weight through it this way. And then from here, I'm in a position to thrust in through. So this is slightly different, because here, now I roll back, change everything, make the contact and find the ski position at the same time. And then this way. So you're used to probably making this movement back. Do the same movement, just convert it here and then here into the thrust. So try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way. And it ends with the same. In this case, the partner side is the same as before. Let me try. Okay, so what I want to, again, is avoid extra movement. So again, if I do like this way striking down, then in order to make the ski, I need to pull the jaw back to do it this way. So I want to kind of find this in the movement. So practice it this way. In the same way you do this, make contact and then press the weight through, strike through. Do the same here. So the contact is going to be made at this point. It's like a block this way. And then from here, I press the weight through the body this way. And this is done in a different way. So this way before, was like this. It's the same feeling, but from here the backhand's going to press through. Backhand's going to press through. So make the contact with it this way, and then press through the weight. And then here I'm just in a position where I can thrust straight through. And that's what you want to achieve with this movement. So you've got this movement, rolling back. You can make contact and then press it through. Contact, press, and then thrusting through. Yeah. So you can either break it down into steps. Contact, pressing the weight, thrusting, or you can just do it in one move. Very good. Nice, nice. That's, yeah, good. Okay, good. And then just to finish, we'll do together. You're just going to start with the defending side this way. So just one time each, nice and slow. You're going to go from here, 1, 2 for the block, 3 for the strike, and 4 for the final strike. Good. And again, just this way. Goes inch, knee, sound, shi. Good. One last time. Good. And then we'll go to the attacking roll. So starting in Skikamai, we'll do the basic form. So in this case, coming back with the block this way. So it comes here, thrusting in, continuing the thrust, rolling back, blocking, pressing down, thrusting through. Good. And again, it goes itch, knee, sound. Good. One last time. Good. Okay. We're finished. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Hey. Domo. Arigatou gozaimasu.
どうもありがとうございました。
Good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Very good.